Hi, I'm Marnie Winans, and I am demonstrating the double electric breast pump. When a parent is expressing milk using a single breast pump, they have the advantage of 5 letdown reflexes. However, when expressing from both breasts at the same time, parents have an extra 6th letdown from each breast, which is actually producing more milk. In fact, it can pump up to 18% more than single pumping. So that's a fantastic way to be efficient. Another thing that's interesting that I don't have, but very efficient, is the Halter battery operated double electric breast pump, which I've heard can be quite convenient. I spoke to some parents who played with their children while they were pumping, cooking dinner, going for walks, just really taking advantage of hands-free pumping and being able to look after their home at the same time. The first thing that I thought of, though, when I realized how convenient that is that could actually run a risk of parents deciding that maybe this would actually be better than sitting and holding and relaxing and nursing their baby. There is a definite tendency to want to get things done and still have breast milk. So how convenient would that be to be able to double pump and get twice as much milk at the same time and not have to stop what you're doing, put on a show for the little ones, or not make dinner, and sit and actually breast chest feed the child. So as convenient as it is, it could run a longer risk to that. Of course, there is also the risk of over demand on the breasts for the amount of milk from pumping. That produces more milk than the body is able to transfer, and that can lead to mastitis and breast abscesses and just start a cycle of problems. There's also the risk, because the pump is different than the baby suck, it can actually lead to a lower milk production, which can confuse the parent into thinking that perhaps they're really not giving their child very much and want to supplement, because they think that what they see in the bottle is the same amount that the baby is receiving from the breast, when in fact there is a lot more milk that comes from the breast. So things to think about on top of the fact that it is so convenient. But I'll show you how it works. So just like a regular pump, it's just double. So it's got the 2. This one that I have is not battery operated, so one does have to sit near a plug and turns it on. And the first mode is actually a stimulation mode. So this would be as if the baby was attaching itself, latching itself, getting settled, and the baby would suck faster to get that letdown. So once the parent feels the letdown and knows that the milk has started to come, then they will switch it over. It takes a couple minutes usually. So what is happening here is the pump, there's a valve and it's pumping, and you can actually feel the breast being sucked in and holding the milk right into the bottle here. Switching over to the expression mode, you can hear there is a slower suck and much more rhythmic. And that would be the mode that the parent would stay in until they've noticed that the milk is completely gone. Slows down both together. It can be a little loud, so that could also be one of the disadvantages. Chest feeding is also a silent activity, so if that, it's not too loud, but that would be something that maybe they would consider something that's not as good as naturally breast and chest feeding. Financially, they can become expensive. So of course, gifts are always good. But if a parent really does need to use a pump, it is a worthwhile investment for really efficient pumping, getting the milk out. Of course, we want them to be latching and naturally breast and chest feeding, but to use the double is definitely something that is an efficient way to really fill up 2 bottles at once instead of 1. So thank you for listening to my presentation, and yeah, there we go, double electric pumping.